Hello guys, today we're going to be discussing variation, which is a part of the Algebra 2 chapter of IGCSE Math. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. Variation basically expresses the relationship between two given quantities. So let's say you have two variables, x and y. So depending on the relationship between these two variables, you can classify them into one of these two categories. So under the first category, let's say if x and y are directly proportional to each other. So what that means is if x increases, y also increases, or if x decreases, y also decreases. So in this case, it is said to be a direct variation. And if you want to write this relationship in an equation form, it will look like this: x equal to k into y, where k is a constant. On the other hand, if x and y have an inverse proportionality, so if x increases and y decreases, or vice versa, if x decreases so y increases, in this case we say that x and y have an indirect variation. So if you want to write this in the equation form, it will look like this: x equal to k divided by y, where k again is a constant. So to explain these variations, let me just give you a few examples. So under the direct variation, let's say the number of apples is directly proportional to the cost. So what that means is if you take more number of apples, you're going to pay more for those apples because of the quantity. Or another example could be the amount of pollution is directly proportional to global warming. So this is again a direct relationship where increase in pollution causes increase in temperature of the earth, causing increase in global warming. Now under indirect variation, let's take the example of speed and time. So what that means is if you're going somewhere and if you increase the speed at which you're moving, the time taken to reach that location decreases. So this is an indirect variation where you're increasing the speed to reduce the time. Another example is bank balance versus expenditures. So if your expenditures are too high, if you're spending a lot of money, then the amount in your bank balance is going to decrease proportionally. So this also is an example of indirect variation. So before we get to solving the sums, let's just discuss the general pattern of solving any question that has direct or indirect variation in it. So there are 3 steps to solve a sum which has variation in it. The first step is to figure out the type of relationship. From the question, decide if it's a direct or indirect relationship. Step 2, find the value of constant k. Step 3, use this value of constant k to solve the sum. So now, since we discussed the pattern of solving the sum, let's just get to the questions directly. Right, let's start with the first question. Z is proportional to m if z equal to 20 when m equal to 4. Calculate the value of z when m equal to 7. So the first thing that you do is figure out the relationship. From the question, it's obvious that it's a direct relationship. That means z is directly proportional to m. So if I want to write this in the equation form, it simply means z equal to k into m. So that's step 1. Step 2 is find the value of constant k. So how do we find out the value here? It's already given in the question, z equal to 20 and m equal to 4. So let's just put it here, z equal to 20, k we don't know, we have to find out, m equal to 4. So by solving this, we get 20 by 4, which is 5. So k equal to 5. Step 3 is use this value of k to solve the sum. So now that we got the value of k, let's use it to solve the sum. So the question asks, find the value of z when m equal to 7. So that would be z equal to k, we just found out 5, and m we can substitute it from the question, it's 7. So z equal to 35. This is the answer. Next question. S is proportional to v minus 1 whole square if s equal to 8 when v equal to 3. Calculate the value of v when s equal to 2. So here also use the same logic. First figure out if it's a direct or an indirect relationship. So this is a direct relationship. That means S is directly proportional to V minus 1 whole square. If I write it in the equation form, that would be S equal to K into V minus 1 whole square. So that's step 1. Step 2 is find out the value of K. How do you do that? Use the values of S and V given in the question. So that is 8 equal to K into 3 minus 1 whole square, which means K equal to 2. So that's step 2. Step 3 is use this value of K equal to 2 to solve the sum. So let me just write this equation again. S equal to K into V minus 1 whole square. We are given S value, which is 2. K we just found out it's 2. V we have to figure out. V minus 1 whole square. So when you solve this, you get V equal to 2. Next question. M varies as D plus 3. If M equal to 28, when D equal to 1, calculate the value of D when M equal to 49. So the first thing that you do is, again, it's a direct relationship because M varies as D plus 3, which means M is directly proportional to D plus 3. Write the equation form, which means M equal to K into D plus 3. Now that's step 1. Step 2 is figure out the value of K by using the values of M and D given in the question. So M 8 equal to K into D, which is 1 plus 3. When you solve this, you get K equal to 7. So that's step 2. We found out the value of the constant K. So put that value in the equation, M equal to 7 into D plus 3. Now what they're asking the question is, find out the value of D when M equal to 49. So substitute M as 49 equal to 7 into D plus 3. So 49 by 7 equal to D plus 3. And when you solve this, you get D equal to 4. The next question we have is the resistance to motion of a car is proportional to the square of the speed of the car. So let's take resistance as R and the speed of the car as S. So in that case, the proportionality would be R is directly proportional to S square. If I write it in equation form, it simply is R equal to K into S square. Now it's given that if the resistance is 4000 newtons at a speed of 20 meters per second. So this sentence is supposed to help you out to find the value of K. So let's do that here. R equal to 4000 newtons equal to K into speed is 20. So that would be 4000 equal to K into 400. So that means K equal to 10. So we just found out the value of K, which is the second step. Use it to find the resistance at a speed of 30 meters per second. So let me just write the equation again. Resistance equal to K we just found out to be 10 and speed is 30 meters per second. So square. So R equal to 9000 newtons. Next, we have another part of the question which says at what speed is the resistance 6250 newtons. So let's find that as well. This time we're given the resistance and we have to find out the speed. So let's take R equal to 6250 equal to 10 into S square. S square equal to 6250 divided by 10, which means S equal to 25 meters per second. That's the speed at which the resistance is 6250 newtons. Next, we have the number of eggs which a goose lays in a week varies as the cube root of the average number of hours of sleep she has. Alright, so let's take the number of eggs as E and the number of hours of sleep as S. So the relationship would look something like this. E is directly proportional to the cubed root. So that is cubed root of S. And if we write it in equation form, it is going to look like this. Now, it says that when she has 8 hours of sleep, she lays 4 eggs. So this sentence is used to find out the value of K. Let's do that. So eggs equal to 4 equal to K into 1 by 3 and she sleeps for 8 hours. So solve this, you get k equal to 2. So that's step 2, you just found out the value of k. Now step 3, how long does she sleep when she lays 5 eggs? So now the E value is given, you have to find out the value of S. So that is E5 equal to k, we found out it's 2 into 1 by cubed root of S. So that's 5 by 2 equal to cubed root of S, which means S equal to 2.5 cube, which is 15.625 hours. So the goose has to sleep for 15.625 hours to lay 5 eggs. Here we have y varies inversely as z, which means it's an inverse proportionality. So let me just write it here, y is inversely proportional to z. And the equation form would be y equal to k by z. Next, if y equal to 1 by 8 when z equal to 4, calculate the value of y when z equal to 1. So let's just use y and z values to find the value of k first. So y is given to be 1 by 8 equal to k by z is 4, which means k equal to 1 by 2. So that's the second step. The value of k is 1 by 2. Next, the value of y you have to find out when z equal to 1. So let's just use that here. Y equal to k is 1 by 2 divided by z is 1. So that is y equal to 1 by 2. So when z equal to 1, y is 1 by 2. Next we have m is inversely proportional to the square of L. So that means m is inversely proportional to L square, and in the equation form it will be m equal to k by L square. So if m is 9 when L equal to 2, so use this sentence to find the value of k. So m is 9 and L is 2. So by this k equal to 9 into 4, which means k equal to 36. So that's it. That's the value of the constant, 36. Next, find m when L equal to 10. So m equal to 36 by L square. Now m equal to 36 divided by L is 10 whole square. So that means m equal to 36 divided by 100. So that means m equal to 0.36. Okay, here we have the life expectancy L of a rat varies inversely as the square of the density D of poison distributed around his home. So the relationship is L is inversely proportional to D square, which is basically L equal to K by D square. Now, when the density of poison is 1 gram per meter square, the life expectancy is 50 days. So let's use this sentence to find the value of k here. L equal to 50 days equal to k by D is given to be 1. So k equal to 50. That's the constant, k equal to 50. Now, how long will it survive if the density of poison is 5 gram per meter square? So now all you have to do is just put in the values. L equal to k is 50 divided by D is given to be 5 whole square, which is 50 by 25. So L equal to 2 days. Next question. The number of hours n required to dig a certain hole is inversely proportional to the number of men available, which is x. So that means n is inversely proportional to x, or in other words, n equal to k by x. Now, when 6 men are digging, the hole takes 4 hours. So here n equal to 4 equal to k by x is 6 men. So use this to find out the value of k, which is 6 into 4 equal to 24. That's the value of constant k. Now find the time taken when 8 men are available. So just put x equal to 8. So n equal to 24 divided by 8, which is 3. So it takes 3 hours for 8 men to dig the hole. Next, if it takes 1 by 2 hour, which is half hour, to dig the hole, how many men are there? Here they've given us the value of n, you have to find the value of x. So n equal to, k is 24, right? 24 by x. Now n equal to half hour, which is equal to 24 by x. And when you solve this, you get x equal to 24 into 2. So x equal to 48 men.